Alright, happy Thursday. Still beautiful skies, sun rising. We are 2 minutes of 8 o'clock, 7:58. And I have to look at the weather real quick. Let's kind of do that. Mowing team looks like they just arrived. Oh, front is saying 67 degrees, 19 degrees Celsius. Not a bad start of the morning. We are back on Action 5 again today because it just was really cool, especially with the sun behind me and everything is clear, myself and the sun. So got little man out and we are going to get full laps here this morning. Kind of laid down, set an alarm so I could get the video uploaded. I think I released it right around midnight last night. I really hope everybody enjoys because that was a beast to edit that lightning. The first 2 minutes of the video took like 6 hours. Alright, hurried up and scurried past the young man mowing. That's the older son. Good boy. Alright. Well, that's one of the things on my list of things to do today is to trim the backyard and the little cove down below. Now that I have trim line, I'm not worried about running out. Of course, I probably won't even run out and get to test it yet. I'm a little concerned because it is bigger than the line I currently have in either trimmer by a tenth of diameter. I'm running 0.085 and the Hurricane line I got is 0.95. So probably only going to be able to get maybe like 5 feet of trim line on there before it's too much. Hopefully it fits through and actually will work. If not, I guess I'll have to return it and downsize. I never did take that stupid grass seed back either, speaking of returns. But, yeah, so I did get a little better sleep last night because I got the video released at midnight and I slept till 6:30. So I feel a little bit more alive and a little better this morning, but it's, I just, that was stupid. There was a part of me that knew I was going to get called in, and it was in the back of my mind, but it was, I was a closing shift, so I shouldn't have to think that way, but I almost have to on Wednesdays. There is definitely a better way to do it on Wednesday. Now that there's 2 LSAs and 2 assistants, there's no reason that we can't have an LSA open, an LSA do the 7:30 to 5:30, and, have staffing. So hopefully they get smart here. Like we have the water authority here checking things out. Leak detection. Oh boy. Not good. There's always something going on around here. Of course, that's where that sinkhole is up here. So, oh, what do you think, little man? Huh? Did you get a good night's sleep with Mom? Yeah? Everybody was curled in this morning when I got up. Terry said she did not sleep really well and she got up at 4:30. Come on, we gotta finish going. Let's go. All right, I haven't talked too much about the iOS 26 update. Yeah, it's that impressive, I guess. So, I don't know. My biggest concern lately has been what's the battery life going to drop down to? Now, the phone last night was around 55%, and I hadn't plugged it into midnight. I did play my game on it at break time yesterday. Normal usage for me, which I am not real heavy using on the phone anymore. The watch seemed like the first day dropped pretty fast. I did do a power off and a reboot on the watch last night, and it is, now mind you, I did run workouts at work and whatnot. We're at 59% on the Apple Watch, and I think we're like 62% on the, 63% on the Frontier, Gear S3 Frontier. So that's staying about normal now. I think it balanced itself out. Come on, Boo, we're going down. Come on. So I think battery life might not be as horrible, at least with the original beta, which can be a real kick in the teeth sometimes with these, very #1 betas. As for the design, I mean, yeah, it's neat and flashy and it's something new, but you get over it real fast, I think. that, and I had a lot going on my plate. So, alrighty, little man, I'll pull over for you again. See if you want to do something around down here. They are mowing and getting this spot down here out of the way on the other side. So, yeah, after seeing the clarity with the sun behind me last night, I'm like, you know what? We're bringing the Action 5 out for another full day. And it looks like we might get cut off because he's mowing now on our side. So, hooray. That's all right. We'll still get pretty close to 2 miles in this. Little Mr. Investigator, I feel like he's going to drop a log here, and I'm going to have to hurry up and pick it up before he comes up to mow. All right, so last night's drone flight, interesting to say the least for me. I played around with the shutter live in video, which I did not realize you could. I guess I've done that before, but it was different on the older ones. Yeah, there is a way to set, I think, the program buttons and the dials to actually change your shutter or your ISO. I gotta figure out how that works, because I saw it in one of the videos I watched on the how-tos, and that'll be very helpful in the future instead of using the screen. But I went from the original flight, no ND filter. I was at a shutter of 16,000 and couldn't get any darker. So I brought it back down and relaunched with the ND on. I was, I think, around 800 with the shutter speed. So it is quite crazy how much ND32 affects the camera. Just got to be careful because you can get it way too dark real fast. 16,000 was black. So I might have actually been a little lower than 800, to be honest with you. I might have been, no, was I around 160? I don't know. I'd have to look back and see, but I actually did it live on the video. You see the shutter changing. So you see the sun brightening up. That's me changing the shutter in yesterday's video. Got some really neat photos, which honestly has been almost the main thing I've done with it, is snapping photography with it. I kind of want to come down here and figure a way to shoot my favorite tree with it, because I'm always getting the ground level shot. I'd like to get a little different angle. Just got to be very careful here because there's lots of trees to navigate through, and I need to turn speeds down on the controller. And it did drift quite extreme last night on me from launch to landing, a good 6 feet off home point, which I was quite high in the end because I actually stopped and changed my height limit quite a bit. I'm not going to say online what I was at because, yeah, there are laws. But anyway, so that was, so I've set a new record. I did not go to the max I set it to, but I was definitely up there quite a ways. And it was neat because you get a completely different set of mountain ranges when you get up that high. Going both ways. I could actually see the Williamsport High School going this way, which is something that's really cool when you get up that high. But like I said, it's a straight up and down shot. It's not, I'm not flying it around at that height. I'm literally going up, doing some panning, taking some photography, and, you know, bringing it straight back down to myself. But at those heights where that thing is so small, it is a challenge to find it in the sky. And you can't hear it anymore once it gets to about 200 feet. You don't hear the drone unless it's windy and the motors are having to fight, which last night didn't seem like there was any wind. Little man always has to explore the ring bush. There's lots of doggies come up here. He's always got to add his markings to it. Finally got a boom boom. There's another dog out. It looked like, I almost want to say a brown and white Shetland, or a collie mix. I'm not sure. Pretty face though. Just very, very calm. Mateo was the one that made noise when we walked by the first time. What's new? He thinks he's a Doberman, not a miniature, which they are not related. They're both from Germany, but he's not a shrunk down Doberman. Thinks he is. He misses his big cousin, that's for sure. I think we all do. Water Authority must be really searching for some sort of a leak, because there are two vans. They're up here, they're back up here, they were down by the vet. They're looking for something. I don't know. That's concerning. We might have a water leak somewhere. Of course, I'd rather a water leak than a gas leak. Any day. Alright, Princess's turn. I had to literally pull her out from under the cover. She's sleeping with Mom. You sleeping in with Mom? It's like 8:30. It's almost 8:40. Come on, let's get a walkie walk. Come on there, Princess. Make your way on down. I'm getting there. I think he might be far enough over in the yard we should be able to use the sidewalk to get by here. Somehow Mateo and I still did get a mile because we had to backtrack with poop bags. I didn't realize they still had one in their storage bag. I'm like, it feels like there's something in there that shouldn't be, and I was right. All right, plan of the day: finish walks, upload yesterday's log, and then get to trimming. Get that done and over with. So we should be done about 9:15 with this walk, roughly. Maybe slightly sooner, who knows, but trying to figure a little timeline. So I have plenty of time right now to get everything done I want to do. Trim in the backyard, it doesn't take that much. I may change shoes. A little concerned though, I had my toe band-aid the last couple days, and I did wear my clown shoes yesterday because I wore my black cats the night before, and there was some pain there. And the top of the toe is turning red again. So definitely something was rubbing still. I almost feel like the blister band-aids were my best course of action. It had way more padding, so whatever is rubbing on there, it doesn't seem to matter what shoe. It seems like they're all doing it now. I guess once you have something that's, sore, regardless. I am wearing my Skechers right now with nothing covering it. It's not hurting, but it's probably not the smartest thing to use to trim that, because they don't have the greatest traction for working on that hill. So I'll probably switch over to something different. I just don't know what. I'd really like to put my one pair of New Balance on, but I really don't want to get them covered in grass, because they're good little shoes, but they'd be the perfect thing because they're basically a trail sneaker. So, all right, getting this one. We're sniffing. Yeah, it was funny when I had Mateo and we were coming down here. The young man that stopped me and asked me if I was still vlogging. He said good morning to me on his way by. He's hanging out the window. Morning, Gerd! Oh, yeah. Well, at least someone around here knows what I'm doing. I mean, my one associate, she kind of has an inkling, but because I was showing her pictures from the drone, but I don't think people really understand the scope of what I've done. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, because today is the last day of the 3000s. That's incredible. 3,999 days. Damn. But I think we're like 18 days away from the, because 17 is supposed to be the end of year 11. So, still on the fence here. Still on the fence. A lot of you want me to continue going. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And videos like yesterday make it where I'm like, nope, I'm done. And then it's like, that's a one-off. And if my schedule would not have changed, it wouldn't have been, I don't think, as stressful. That's the word, stressful. But it is what it is. At least I was working on it, and I did get something accomplished. But it definitely put me under a lot more stress than I'm normally under editing. Oh, I've mentioned it numerous times over the last few weeks, so it looks like the Pixel and the Samsung Ultra Watch should be coming back by the 29th. I was going to plan to meet the person halfway, but apparently they have to come back into town from New York on that day. So That I believe is a Sunday. It's a Sunday. So I probably am working, because God forbid I would get a day off that I really freaking want to have off, so Mike and I can actually get together and go do something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I never put any time in for the end of the year for the videos or anything. So Monday, normally I'm off. So we'll have to see what we can get ourselves into. Tim and I really wanted to do Letchworth before the videos end. I don't know if that's even going to be possible. August 31st, we're supposed to go to Big Diamond for the dirt modifieds. I don't even know if that's going to financially be possible. I don't even know if Brian has found himself a job. I don't even ask anymore. All I know is I got the gimbal for payment that I'll never use. We're gonna have to put that on the, I might as well just take that with me to Mike too and have him put that on eBay, and then we'll just get something out of it, because I just don't see me ever pulling that out to use it. It was just like, hey, do you still have this? And my brain was thinking I could use it. Priya, I'm all the way up here 25 feet away, and I'm really tired of your brakes turning on. It's like having a trailer that the brakes just randomly decide to kick on. I'm trying to get to my mile marker here, and you're just sniffing away grass like a dog. Oh, we're pooping. So, yeah, that's a couple things that are on par of 4th of July. That's weather pending, of course, for anything that's outdoor event-wise, but definitely trying to figure it out. Of course, I'll probably get a weekend where I have a day that we can do Letchworth. However, it'll probably be a rainy day, or Tim will have to work. Finally, he'll have to work a weekend. So I don't know, it's on my bucket list again. I know I've been there a few times. It's just the more I've learned with equipment and whatnot, the more I want to get back up there and shoot. Would really like to have the small rig really like to have the small rig along for that trip, a little more stable. But the other one does kind of go in places easier because it's lighter and a little bit smaller. The K&F Concepts carbon fiber goes in places that the small rig kind of doesn't fit too well or is too heavy to carry. And time to trim the yard here. I figured, well, you know what, I'll set up an ultra wide and throw the camera up. Do have the tripod as well, because I got to do the little cove like I mentioned, which I will need my other shoes. Did she pick my other shoes up that were out here? Looks like she did. I don't know where my Timberlands are. Could throw them on. They're pretty messed up. They're probably soaking wet. But anyway, I'm going to try the GoPro mount, clamp mount for this. See how this works out, just as a test. I got one of my K&F Concepts on there. The thing is, I had a hook around the ball. That took a lot of squeezing. This is adjustable. It does open a little bit more than that, but I have it pinned down pretty tight. So, all right, without further ado, let's get in a time lapse and get some yard trimming done. Well, that was 17 minutes between the two, and a little bit of camera setup even, so not too bad. A lot of sticks down here. I really need to get a rake down here and clean up, because I'm getting caught in a lot of these little brushy sticks from the stuff I've cut down. Plus over in this way, there's a lot of little ones sticking up. Almost need to bring the sickle bar down at some point and clean up a little bit better. But other than that, now it blends off the bank. Keep slowly going a little bit further each time this way, but I think I'm as far as I'm going to go from now on. I know I wanted to get that tree all the way around, but again, when I have the sickle bar out one of these days, I'll do that. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. got that done. All right, it's been kind of growing for a couple weeks because I haven't messed with it, and the bugs are out. Geez, getting attacked here. I had to dodge a lot of Mateo mines I got to pick up in here, and I try to stay on the patio as much as possible. A, for that, and B, to try to keep as much grass from kicking up on the patio. I mean, I have the blower, but she is laying down still. So, alrighty, that done. So now I can get a shower and take a little nap before work and get editing and probably catch you guys after work. I think I'm gonna actually hit right here one more time. I feel like I missed a spot. I don't show this very often, but we do pretty much have the patio set up now. Later on, I'll try to blow it off. Maybe I'll just use the broom, sweep it off real quick. I normally blow the yard out too, but nonetheless. Yeah, so that's the one I got for $5 the other day, and that's the one she already had. This one's just a little bit taller, but I think they're the same plant. It's all right. We rescued it from certain death at Walmart. And these stupid things keep falling down. I tried to pin them in on the rubber part here, but it didn't always work. I gotta cut them off too. I brought the cutters out because I didn't cut them off.